Hello and welcome to our second round lead card coverage from the 2018 United States Disc Golf Championship here in beautiful Rock Hill, South Carolina on the grounds of Winthrop University. BigSexy commentary with you as always, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
We have Paul McBeth, Josh Anthon, Zach Melton, and James Conrad off to a great start. Paul McBeth going bogey-free, 13 under, leading the pack here, and we're going to hole 1B.
Yeah, hole 1 in the other position on the left. Forehand flex is the preferred play over the rock, and then flexing back down. You want to get as close as possible because this is a very treacherous putt. I think it's worth saying, too, that the second card, the best score on the second card is a 7 down. So these four players really showed their class and separated from the field.
Representing California, 4-time world champion and 2015 United States champion, Paul McBeth.
Paul going with the pink grip 6 buckle for throw pink.
Oh, how about that? Nice touch there. Hole 1 is so tricky. You have that artificial rock, you have the hay bales there, and the low ceiling really makes it tricky. You can't just throw kind of a high stall shot. You have to throw a line drive that flexes and then also doesn't skip too far. It takes a lot of touch, and Paul just does it perfect.
Yeah, fantastic shot. Just about 20 feet long there, even with the basket. Not even going to feel that crazy uphill from there.
I played with Josh first round, and he had one mistake on hole 4, but other than that, played an incredibly clean round and did what Josh Anthon does, and that's make a lot of putts.
He's had so many runs at the title out here at Winthrop. He's always dangerous.
I can't remember exactly what year it was, but he was on third or fourth card and shot a 53, which at that time was just crushed the course record and almost won the tournament from the third card.
Here's Zach going with some kind of overstable mid-range, I would think.
I would say I prefer to be a righty that flicks as opposed to a lefty. This shot is a hard backhand shot.
I mean, who would want to be a lefty?
Not me. Oh, and that kicks off to the left, but
it's not good.
It's not.
He's going to be laying up from there, hopefully not buried in the middle of that bush.
I think he kicked out into the open. I think he has a 45-foot, 50-foot look.
And here's James Conrad, who pathetically claimed to be in the bottom 5 forehand throwers on tour.
I don't buy it.
And then he proceeds to just throw great forehand after great forehand. So, James, your act is expired. We've seen through it. You're not a bottom 5er.
I mean, we'll see here, too.
I mean, it's not top 5.
It's not top 5.
But it's no bottom 5. So he's going to have a little bit of a tough shot there.
Yeah, tough hole for a righty backhand exclusive player like James. And just having to play a layup shot there for the...
Still fairly aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is Anthon style. He's probably going for this, and this is like the scariest putt in the world.
It sat, though.
Wow, yeah. See, that could roll so far. If you airball it, it's outside the circle.
And it looks like Zach has already laid up. Oh, and Jomez is off to a tough start here with a low putt there. Going to have to settle for a bogey.
The rich get richer.
Yep.
Paul is absolutely on fire. If you're a fan of disc golf,
yeah,
I mean, buckle up because this guy is keyed in right now.
14 down through 19 holes. And Josh, the elevator music putt there, but that's in the basket. Zach Melton will do his best Vince Carter impersonation here. I give it a 6. 4.
Hole 2, par 4, 629 feet. This one is a low ceiling drive up the middle, really whatever shot you want to go with, backhand, forehand, or roller. You just like to stay in the middle here, get as far as possible to set up a shot either over the OB parking lot or down this tunnel. Keep in mind there is a little hazard area along the fence, mostly to guard against just kind of a full power roller without any care, just to go over there and hit the fence and set up for a good shot. And then you've got these 5 pillars as well, making the putt difficult. Paul most likely going Thunderbird here. And he hits the tree solid, but that's still in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a little longer to the basket, but he's got an open line.
Getting past the low ceiling line is really that's the spot where you're pretty much committed to going for the pin from. If you don't get past that line, that layup shot comes in play. This is a really nice looking roller shot.
Yeah, it is.
The problem with the roller can be that if you hug it too tight, that hazard area on the right by the fence comes in play, but that was never in any danger whatsoever.
Zach gets a little sneaky, but great shot. He's representing the Tennessee Volunteers today.
So who is James representing with that, like, lime green?
I don't think he's got an affiliated college.
Oregon?
No,
Baylor?
none.
Okay, all right.
Paul gets a little bit high with this one.
Yeah, and that didn't seem like he was really going for it. I feel like he was out of that position where he has his game plan is to be a lot closer to the pin and just didn't want to press anything. Going over the parking lot there can be kind of scary. You have the gravel road to contend with. You never really know exactly what kind of skip you're going to get.
Yeah.
And you also have the curbing there coming into the green. So if you catch that and you never come back in bounds, you're going back 200 feet and throwing your fifth shot.
Zach's in a pretty ideal spot. And this looks just perfect.
Yep. There you go. You can see the curving right there. It's even angled to skip over, but you never know what's going to happen with that stuff. You know, you just don't want to play with that.
And Josh throws a great approach as well.
Going to have a couple mozzarella sticks to try to split there.
All with a nice bid. It's so tough to make a long putt, though, with those pillars.
Wow.
That was really nice.
Look at that.
Around it on the
Anheuser
Wow.
line. Wow.
beautiful putt.
Heck yeah. Josh catching a little bit of the fake ivy, but doesn't catch the wood and gets in there for his birdie.
Wow, and all three of them take a stroke back off of Paul.
And you got to appreciate Zach Melton representing Tennessee when they're just doing so bad at football right now. It's a tough time to be a Tennessee fan, yet he brings his colors and shows them true, even through the tough times. You know, hats off to Zach Melton.
Absolutely. Hole 3, par 3, 389 going downhill. This one plays hazard rules, and the hazard actually wraps around the right side of the pin as well. So if you go errant anywhere pin deep or longer, you're going to be putting from that spot with a penalty once you've crossed that rope. Popular play will be a putter or a mid-range backhand or a forehand overstable driver.
Josh, if this doesn't turn,
This could go long.
It's turning, but yeah, it's got a lot of height on it.
No, it's perfect.
Okay.
Just nice slow speed. It looked like it had such a long flight. I was worried that it was going to be gliding too far past, but perfect speed on the disc.
That has to be a mid-range, but just to release it at that speed, at that height.
Just so flippy to throw half speed and know that it's going to roll up like that. It's a beautiful shot.
Typically that height pushes long on that line. Oh.
The dual FollowFlight righty versus lefty. Who's going to do it better? It's Zach.
Zach's closer.
Zach by a nose. JK AVR. Oh my gosh.
Triple FollowFlight.
Well, I think we're going to see a quad.
You think?
I think it's going to be that spicy red we both love so much.
Spicy red. Dude, are we about to get us?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. How did you know that?
I just know these things.
We've never had even a triple FollowFlight. Look at this. And they got better every shot.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. That's really cool.
And for those sitting at home, one FollowFlight takes 6 months to prepare by the editors. So It's in man hours. Obviously, we did it in one night, but that's via a huge team of people. So
Yeah, it was
don't
like-
take that for granted, and don't start saying, "Hey, can you do 4 follow flights on every hole?"
It took 52 volunteers to get that prepared. And I feel like we got to call courtesy violation on Paul. I think he was closer than James. I think he went out of turn.
he probably was allowed by his card mates, but a fantastic star frame, fantastic video. You got to love it. Hole 4, par 4, 444 feet. That's a lot of fours, averaging 4.
Oh, yeah.
This one is a low shot up the middle, trying to get as far straight as you can because you've got this mandatory tree you need to get around. You need to be past the mandatory really to have any chance at getting the disc to skip into this cove where the basket is. So you need to get it probably a good 350 off the tee to set yourself up with any kind of chance. If you're behind that mandatory, it just becomes a layup and you have to play for 4.
The average on this hole, 4.05. Almost got the whole sweep there.
Uh-oh.
And that's exactly what Josh did yesterday. Got a little bit past that tree. Yesterday, you see so many rollers square that tree and just stop right there. And I don't know. The roller play is just, it can get you to a really good spot, but the air shot just seems to be so much better.
Oh, unlucky.
And I don't know if that had enough juice to get to where Zach wanted it to be anyways. It may have.
Yeah.
But that seemed a bit tight.
It was a little inside, but certainly would have been better without that tree.
And looks like Jomez is going for a putter off the tee.
No, he's not.
That looked like well, maybe that wasn't. I don't know. It looked like a bulky.
Go to the replay, but man, that would be crazy if he's doing a putter.
Yeah. And this
And
is
McBeth with the destroyer.
Jeez, come on.
Loving it. Loving it. That is just past the Mando tree, as close to the Mando as you could really even get. That's a perfect place to be. And this is such an aggressive play. This is really
Really good.
insanely good.
Oh my gosh.
That is unbelievably
Oh my
good. Stop,
gosh.
Stop. That's the best. So I've seen a lot of people try that, and every time I think you're being an idiot. Like you're bringing in.
That's insane.
That's the best I've ever seen that shot done. That's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and in
difficulty.
practice rounds too. I mean, you practice that shot for that situation, but you never see it work out.
That's an insane shot because there's OB long if that stands up. Incredible. That's easily the best shot we've seen today. I wouldn't be surprised if it stays that way. To me, that is so impressive.
Yeah, and then you got the wood chips down there too, which you never exactly know. Not just the wood chips by the green, but at the bottom of the hill, and that's where the disc is really picking up the most steam. And this drive, this is almost too good to even have like an easy approach.
Yep, it's tough because you can't throw it. I mean, he did it very well.
Yeah.
But you almost have to throw so soft you can't get your skip like you would like when you're that close.
Yeah, and it requires a skip. You can't just air shot to the green. And these trees here, they're growing on the edge. They're getting bigger, wider every year, and it gets so much harder to throw that approach.
And James with a downhill putt from 49 feet. Wow, that is definitely SloMez material.
Let's give him 50. I'm going to give him 50. I don't care what that graphic says. That's a 50-foot putt.
Beautiful shot.
Wow.
Unbelievable birdie from Josh. I cannot overstate how incredible that was.
Yeah, and you can hear Zach. I don't think anyone's ever threed from there, and you got to be right about that.
Hole 5, par 5, very, very difficult par 5, 1,083 feet going over the water to begin, then a long straight shot. Then you've got the mandatory pull up here by the green, forcing you to go over the water a second time. This hole can play so difficult if it gets even a little bit windy. These guys are going to go for big distance twice in a row and then hopefully set up a relatively manageable crossing shot to have any chance at birdie. Often you just get in a situation where all you want to do is cross on the third. You don't even care how close you get to the basket. Just set up a chance for a birdie putt and guarantee a par.
I feel like this is the original monster hole in the sport of disc golf. I mean, this hole's been in the same place. The tee pad has changed. It's had different teeing areas, but this has been one of the most well-recognized, most famous, most well-respected par fives in the game for 20 years.
As it should be.
Yeah, it's just an incredible hole. It's just a special place to be throwing discs.
Good shot from Josh. James gets a turn on this. This is huge.
And you got a lot of space out to the right to work with, and James goes for that full shot. It's going to give him perhaps a hyzer shot over the trees along the road.
And Paul's going back to that destroyer. Oh, this is really high. He doesn't like it. Can he get a little luck? Certainly he can.
Lucky ducky.
Certainly he can. And that's a fantastic spot to land. You wouldn't want to land there on purpose. But now that you're there,
you love it.
Great news. Zach, this is lucky. He definitely does not mean to go inside that tree. His drive is much shorter than he would like, but it's safe. If you hit that tree, you're probably re-teeing.
Yeah, and Zach has got the advantage of having really big lefty hyzer shot, and you see it here. He commits to the shot this time. This is looking really good.
Big crush. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's a fantastic spot to be. Another
closer
one
to
of
the
those.
water's edge than I thought it would be, yeah.
Yeah, really. But he just needs another of that exact same shot, and he's on the pin.
And Josh electing to go for the low straight line as opposed to the big hyzer play.
I'm interested to see what he does from there. That is pretty far back from the water. It's certainly still reachable, but it's going to take a big shot.
James as well going for the low line, but getting a lot more distance. This is looking really nice.
Oh, yeah. That's probably a good 60, 70 feet past where Josh landed. Still far from the water, but so far up the fairway, the distance shouldn't be a problem. You want to see far up the fairway. I think this guy might show us something.
Well, he's just playing a chip hyzer here with a destroyer, just the placement right in the middle.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where you practice. That's about the 340 to 350 sidearm approach range. Might be going with a backhand mid-range, but he's got that forehand shot down from that distance.
And Josh going way up, big across the water.
It's got to go.
Rising back. This is looking bullseye.
Jeez.
Incredible shot. I wouldn't be surprised if that was 380.
Yeah, I would say that's easy. At least 380 feet.
And Zach has just taken the record for most time spent above water on this hole. A couple super high hyzers.
Wow.
Spent a full 11 seconds over the water.
That was
Congrats on that record.
And that was with an abbreviated tee shot that cut out early, and he could have even could have set the record.
Wouldn't be
even
surprised
more
to see him beat his own record. Sidearm from Paul into the circle.
This is definitely a putter here for James.
Ooh, he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Was it over the land?
I don't. Yeah.
Spotter says no.
You got Big John Nichols there, all the way down here from Rochester, New York. Comes down and spots on hole 5 every year. James committed to that shot a lot better, but
That's a very impressive shot to me because after you just hyzered out into the water, the temptation is to be like 40 right and just play so safe. But he's gone aggressive and saved himself a stroke most likely by going right to the pin. Zach nearly connects on the birdie putt. Paul hits his birdie.
something about this pin placement makes it feel so much more exposed.
Wind-wise.
Yeah, well, wind-wise, but just in general, there's no like trees that, you know, we're used to putting somewhat near obstacles, and there's just nothing at all around. And I think just being so close to the lake there also makes it just feel like you're just kind of vulnerable and exposed to the elements. And that can be uncomfortable if you're not used to that kind of putting. You know, I mean, most people's practice baskets are in their backyard. They got trees and fences or other things that are close by, and it kind of makes you feel safe. I don't know what it is, but something about this is just a little bit different putting on hole 5.
Hole 6, par 3, 371 feet down onto the sandy beach area. This one is tricky because you got OB water obviously on the left, but then this year the OB ropes on the right are pinched in even more so that a dead straight shot is almost certainly OB if you try to play a little bit too safe. If you saw it off, you're OB in the water, and when you do go OB, you're rewarded with a nice 45-foot putt straight at the water's edge, which if you were to airball and go OB again, you don't even get to move. You're just putting it again.
And Josh going with the CE Eagle here. Most people are throwing CE plastic onto the screen because they...
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
A little bit too inside. He didn't hang it out long enough, so the skip was aggressive. We saw Paul go perhaps a little too aggressive yesterday, and he's done it again.
Yeah,
but he might get lucky with the trees.
Yep.
Very lucky. That was. If it didn't hit anything, it's obviously OB. Good to hit those trees and fall down. He'll have an easy 3.
And this is such a tough hole for the lefties. And there is a hyzer line over the water, but that is
massive.
Is a huge shot and is really scary.
Have you ever seen anyone do it?
I'm trying to remember. There was a sidearmer, a righty sidearmer that was doing it and was putting it on the beach every time.
Wow. I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm. And I don't go for that shot. I've never even tried it. And James.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Looked like that could have been good, but it was like in that area where if it would have been on the front left side of the beach had it made it. But this is not a bad spot to land, honestly, because you have kind of this, you can run it without really much worry.
Yeah, for sure.
That sandy embankment there to kind of catch any shots that go past the pin if you don't hit metal.
Oh, I've hit those. I've luckily hit those trees at least 5 or 6 times in my career, and it is a great break.
Mm-hmm. And you can see McBeth giving it that good aggressive run. Perfect height, just inches off. And Zach from 75? Oh, wow.
And that's a crazy birdie for a lefty to get. Here is Josh from the drop spot putting for a par.
And we got a little Ken Climo sighting in the background here.
That'll put the pressure on you. You got the champ watching your putt.
Climo, no stranger to the Winthrop Gold Course, as you disc golf fans are aware. Played one hole at this event. He's got a bad hip right now, and just played the shot just to commemorate the 20th anniversary of this event, and had to pull out of the event. He says he's so close to recovery, no risk, no need to risk it right now.
Well, you can pick up another star. Officially competed in the USDGC.
Yeah, officially competed. $250 for one throw, and
it was a cool gesture, though. I was glad to have him here, especially going up to get my champion's ring. There have been some years recently where he hasn't been able to make it, and I thought, it was bad enough missing Nate Doss, but I gotta have me some Ken Climo on that stage.
Yep, it's pretty cool to have him up there.
Hole 7, par 3, 284 feet through the triple Mando. This one you just got to go as straight as you can, nice and low, get through that gate. Worst case scenario, ideally you hit the bamboo and you can go through for your 3. If you do miss it, you've got your choice between 2 drop spots, but almost an automatic 4. Rock 3 for McBeth.
And just as straight as a disc can be thrown right into the bullseye.
Perfect shot.
It's not showing any signs of slowing down.
I don't see why he'd want to.
Oh, it's more fun for the spectators. That's one reason.
Maybe.
And for the other players,
maybe.
It's literally only cool for one person if he continues to just play that well. And for no one else.
He's got a couple fans out there.
Okay, yeah, but...
Great shot from Zach.
I guess Hannah would be cool if he wins by 10, but it's limited. These more
guys
people
are just shredding this hole right now.
Jesus. Hit the pole.
So easy.
Yeah.
This is one of those holes where you watch it on video and you're like, yeah, cool. And then you get there and stand on the tee and you're going to be like,
what do I do?
A quarter of the size I thought it was.
Yeah.
That gap is so small looking.
Mm-hmm. I think this gap would be easier if there was trees lining the fairway.
You just like trees, man. You get scared when there's no trees. You're going to have to start realizing that about yourself.
We got to have another quad FollowFlight. If we had 50 more volunteers, we would have been able to do double quad FollowFlights.
Yeah. 2 years of work in one night.
Zach.
Maybe a little noise in his swing there. You saw him look to the right. Yeah. Got to be careful as a spectator. Really, it's tough, but you got to be really aware of your surroundings. These players, obviously, putting everything out there, trying their best.
Yeah.
It's frustrating when you have something like that happen.
You know, as much as all the great things you can say about this event, the one thing that always seems to be in play is that there are limitless distractions. There's just so much going on, and when you have this many spectators out, and this is early in the week. I mean, come Saturday or Friday and Saturday, this place is just going to be bustling, and it's just going to be so hard to manage all these distractions.
It's part of it for sure. We love having the spectators, but it comes with it makes the game a little harder sometimes as well. Hole 8, par 4, 697. This one you got to go straight and long off the tee, backhand or forehand, avoiding that OB area on the left side. And then you've got a super difficult technical approach. Finally some trees, so you know Germ feels at ease on this hole. He's not hardly scared at all. And then you got to skip it way up right, or even take a roller maybe. It's so tucked up.
And Paul's going for this inside line with the
He
destroyer.
keeps drifting this thing.
He got away with it yesterday with a nice roller approach and a big putt. And see if he can recreate the magic from round 1.
Thinking this is a Thunderbird?
I think it's about 5 to 6 feet too low. And about 60 feet short of where he's trying to land, probably. And it's a pretty common hyzer play there for a lot of righty. Gets you into a really good spot.
And Josh, you know, being an old school player, almost by default, one of the best putter and mid-range, short-range roller players we have. So we're probably going to get a little treat, see him throw a tricky little roller.
And Zach with a really just birdies out of the play. I mean, and par is going to be a great score.
Yeah, you need this to sit down, but it's still the green is guarded by like evenly spaced trees, and it's so hard to pick your gap. Like you throw it up there, hope for the skip, but it's pretty much a 50-50 shot if you're going to get denied by a tree and have a 50-footer.
Right. And James is a unique player in that he does throw rollers, but it's not a super common play for him, and he doesn't really throw that many sidearms, so he doesn't have a ton of shots to get right on low ceilings.
Oh, look at that little reaction.
Wow, a roller and a bank shot at the same time. Great shot from Josh.
Oh, and Paul goes away from the roller here.
Yep, too far up the hill. This is a really tricky sidearm. You see a lot of them catch that hillside just like Paul did. It's hard to get that ceiling height correct and get over that hill and keep it as wide as you need to and miss all the trees.
Yes.
Just so many things in the way.
Zach's laying down a forehand roller here. Very nicely done.
Beautiful shot there from Zach. And we've seen him draw chains on 3 consecutive putts. Fortunately, all of them were for birdie. But having to settle for 3 pars in a row, I'd be happy to take a 4th par.
Great bid from James. All a little bit low on that effort.
Josh, just exactly how he drew it up. Hyzer play, roller, make a putt.
Nice birdie. Zach to save a par.
There he is.
Couple pars here for James and Paul. Hole 9, par 4, triple island. You got your limas, you got your kidneys, you got your peanuts. You got to choose where you're going to go. The lima bean is your short option here on the left side. Most players in this group, I expect to go for the kidney, go straight up to this bigger area in the middle. Forehand or turnover is a good play to get there. And then you've got the crossing shot. Try to stick the peanut. Make sure you don't get out of there because it is a stroke and distance hole. You're going to be going to the drop zone. It's 360 feet away. So this can be a big number.
This hole has the potential to be one of those round ruiners, and and something about hole 9 has always had that tournament-ending potential to it, and it's just had so many different iterations of design.
We got a lima bean shot here from Josh. That's a nice, safe play.
Looks like a kidney.
Yeah. Destroyer, that's going kidney. Forehand flexor. Is this far enough?
Yeah, he's got plenty of distance.
Beautiful.
That shot's... The only reason that shot's uncomfortable is just because you just can't see any of the landing zone. You get that little hillside right off the backside of the baseball field here that cuts off any vision of that shot. And James doesn't like it,
I think
but
it's good.
it looks pretty good to me. I think he might have been worried about throwing it too far, but that's in the ideal landing zone.
Yeah.
And Zach, ooh, that's got to get clean. It does, but is this too wide?
Almost.
Oh, no, he's in a great spot.
Nice shot.
A little bit scary, I'm sure, for a little moment there for Zach, but...
I think almost every shot off this hole is a little bit scary for at least a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, wow, that is great.
Maximization.
That is so lucky to stop right there. Really no reason to push it that far. I'm sure that was a missed throw, but he got away with it.
Oh, speaking of missed throw here, this has got to get a lot of skip here.
Uh-oh.
Zach is going to be re-throwing.
Or moving to the drop zone, but I don't think he'll want to.
I think he's past the drop zone from where his drive landed. Yeah, he'll just be re-throwing here, but...
See if he can make an adjustment.
Oh, he does not. I don't
think it's more overstable.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
It didn't look good, but got the nice, strong finish. He's going to have an edge of circle putt. Perfect shot from Paul to about 25. James going to that MD4. Car honks right in the backswing, but he doesn't pay too dearly. And Josh going bean to bean, then finally a nut finish there into the peanut.
God. Oh, jeez. All right. James from 30 feet. Cash it in for the birdie. Zach to save his bogey, and that's going to be short. It's going to be a double, and that's why I see these big numbers. 4.4 average on this hole. Most players are attacking that kidney like a lot of college kids on a Friday night, but...
I think you mean the liver.
Nope.
Okay.
You
Paul
don't,
for birdie.
you don't know what people are doing on Friday nights in college?
That's true. It's been a while.
Oh, no.
Josh, off the left side. That's tough. You know, like
Pretty-
we always
yeah.
say, when you try to play that safe play and you end up with bogey anyway, very, very frustrating.
A couple birdies and a double and a single bogey here for Josh. Yeah, but that's the worst play. It's just like, man, why didn't I just go for it? Paul, pretty decent 6 down front.
Yeah, not showing any weakness so far. Just really playing his game plan. It's beautiful to see. You know, just executing at a fantastic clip. Here is our leaderboard through 27. Paul opening up a 4-shot lead.
Josh Anthon with no pars in the front 9, 7 birdies and 2 bogeys.
Wow.
See if you can keep that a little bit cleaner, a little bit more consistent in the back 9. Stay away from those big numbers.